you just saw was in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, okay? Theater you just saw was in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, okay? We made a few stops, but I'm going to try now to drive through to Nashville anyway. So we'll see how we're doing. I lost about a half an hour back there trying to find more videotape. It's 10 after 1. We'll see how we do. This is your reporter from up the river on the road for Ralph. We'll catch up with him. Now I'm going out of my mind.
You just call my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running for you. See you again.
Reporter from up the river on the road with Ralph is ready for a rubber room, but we'll get there. Somebody's building something. Okay, while I'm driving, let's do a little bit of work. The question of Nader's candidacy, unfortunately, is just that, at this moment, a question. If Nader doesn't get on the ballot in Texas, and that we have a lot of work ahead of us to see that that happens, then it's absolutely essential that the Green Party nominate him in June, or he will not be on the ballot in Texas. And if he's not on the ballot in Texas, he's not in the race. If the Green Party had held its convention in January, hopefully Nader would have seen that it was in his interest to run as our candidate. And hopefully the people in our party would have realized it was in their interest to have him run as our candidate. Also, the entire Democratic Party selection process would have been informed by the fact of a Nader candidacy, and they would then have had to come to the realization, it would be in their interest to come to the realization in any event, that they would have to select a candidate that could nullify Nader's message because of the similarity of that candidate's message to Nader's, to the Green message. Unfortunately, that's not the situation that we find ourselves in. As I said, the question of Nader's candidacy is at this moment still a question. Very big one. And consequently, although this past Friday night, today is the 26th of April, so that would be the 23rd of April, the 24th of April, I guess today's the 27th. Anyway, Kerry spoke and in front of the Editors Association, Newspaper Editors Association, and said that he is looking to nullify Nader's impact on voters by having a message that will satisfy them. You know, that seems to me at the moment more rhetorical than anything, since much of what he discussed was very pro-corporate, and that's not exactly where Nader resides philosophically, nor his voters, by the way. So, now, one thing that we need to take note of is that in 2008, Green Party should select a candidate, the strongest possible candidate, in January of 2008, rather than at the end of June, after the democratic selection process has more or less taken place. One thing I gotta say, I am never leaving home for a long drive again without getting a card listing all of the Pacifica stations and affiliates on a map or something, so that I can find them without listening to this stuff. Pretty countryside here.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the good.
I'll show you a little better when we get a little flatter.
Happy together.
It's like a buffer, you know, like a garage here.
And you say you belong to me, and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine.
Green rolling hills, it's really beautiful. It smells great too. It smells like spring here.
So happy together.
The National Corvette Museum. Now, I don't know, do they have a National John Brown Museum? National Lucretia Mott Museum? You know, all these folks. The National Eugene Debs Museum? National W.E.B. Du Bois Museum? But they do have a National Corvette Museum.
Attention, fellow Merry Maids. Dust bunnies have been spotted on 104 Perry Lane.
I stopped at a rest stop about 55 miles north of Nashville, near the farm. It's pretty, isn't it? All right, so that's the exit for the National Corvette Museum. I think we're going to go there and take it over and set up the Grimke Sisters Museum, or a Sojourner Truth Museum, or you know, a whole bunch of other folks that should be honored in such a way, instead of a rather lousy, dangerous death trap of a car. Gas guzzler, too. And I said 55 miles north of Nashville, but actually it's 61.
69, sunshine and patchy clouds as well. Then generally clear and cool.
Okay. Finally found a gas station, at least. It ain't Pacifica, but at least it's not the America's greatest hits here in the heartland, or any of that crap. So, I'm going to enjoy. I just saw an ostrich on one of the farms on the side of the road. Looked like an ostrich anyway. Had two legs. Looked sort of like a two-legged llama. Wasn't that big? Tennessee, here we are. I missed the sign, but we are on the Senator Albert Gore Sr. Memorial Highway. this? You wanted to know. I think Gore carried this in 2000. I'm not sure. Wow, speed limit 70. These folks don't
Chaz
play.
89 with the Ron McConnell 1010, the Herbie Mann.
Well, I just saw a sign, beer and fireworks open 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Cassandra Wilson from her
There's
Blue
a
Note album,
combination.
a tribute to Miles Davis.
Wonder how many people are missing fingers and toes here.
Someday my prince will come.
I just heard the news, and apparently Cheney said Cheney said Kerry has no credibility on defense issues.
Be sure to take advantage of that.
And, you know, after listening to Kerry's position on defense issues, I agree, but the reason is his defense position is too close to that of Bush, who certainly has no credibility. Just look at Iraq. About 20 miles out of Nashville. About 20 miles out of Nashville, that's right. Bridgetop and Millersville. Now there's a must-see, huh? Nashville.
I don't care what nobody say. I'm a man of many words. Well, I can say things to you.
Such as
Memphis next. That'll be late tonight. Got 199 miles to Memphis. That ain't bad. I'll make that easy. Well, I'm about 10 miles out of Nashville, and I found what I think is local music on the radio. For what it's worth. Meanwhile, I'm stuck behind Ozark motor lines. I don't know what's up, but traffic seems to be stopped here.
Of course, that was the thrills, this big sir.
I guess they don't have a
That was great.
phone law here.
Before that, we had Just Pretend by the Bends.
I was
Yakking
that one
away.
too.
And you know what else we did?
Anybody know if gay marriage is legal in Tennessee?
Oldies 96.3.
Really great station. I really like listening to it.
Aha.
6 long years I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I find.
To get started.
Well, I lost about 20 minutes in that. Now it's 10 minutes to 4 Eastern Daylight Time, but I am now in Central Time, so it's actually 10 minutes to 3. So I lost 20 minutes, but I gained 40. Well, I gained an hour, so I netted 40. I'm about 170 miles outside of Memphis. Shot of the countryside out here. great place to raise up your kids. Well, I should have brought the video camera with me, but I didn't. I just stopped at a rest stop about 155 miles north, or 160 miles north of Memphis on I-40 on the southbound lane. And it is the Johnny Cash Memorial Rest Stop. I just had to share the sky with y'all. It's gorgeous. They're supposed to rain today. You know, they're talking cloudy and drizzly, but it's a beautiful day. It's 4:30 Eastern time. It's actually 3:30 or 3:35. 4:35 Eastern time, 3:35 Central Daylight Time. It's just a gorgeous day. It's about 70 degrees, a little balmy out there. It feels kind of like San Francisco, actually. It's just a beautiful day. So, I'm making pretty good time. I lost here and there, but making it up. Speed limit 70. I'm doing like 65, which is what I'm comfortable with. And the road's not too bad. So, I expect I'll be in Memphis at in about 2 hours, and then we'll take a little stroll. I think I'm going to stay downtown Memphis and take a little tour. It depends if I can find an open room, but it seems to be a collection of cheesy motels down by the Old Man. That's the Mississippi River to you folks from New York. And we'll walk around and see the sights. Maybe I can find an open mic night somewhere and sit in and play a little guitar in Memphis. That'd be kind of fun. So, peace out.
Out there in the front, leading the movement.
Since then, the Congress leaders have announced that they will decide later this month whether to launch a civil disobedience campaign. This would urge all colored people to break the unjust laws and to court arrest.
This is a Mandela piece,
The first thing we did was the Defiance Campaign of 1952, when the ANC decided that all the unjust laws would simply be broken.
Pascal you, they sound like they're talking back to Ginsburg. And you almost feel like Bob Marley gets his revenge for the wayward use of his wife's voice.
I'll be glad when you did.
He was usually in the minority. But the presidency is an entirely different proposition. The president always cast the deciding vote. And the senator from Massachusetts has given us ample grounds to doubt the judgment and the attitude he brings to bear on vital issues of national security.
Look into the events of this week.
Yeah, I agree. Because he's too much like Cheney and Bush.
Newsweek.
About 98 miles outside of Memphis. Memphis 97, hour and a half away. about 36 miles outside of Memphis. It looks like I'm going to make it. I'm going to guess by local time, I'll be making it around 6:15 in the evening. I'm going to try to grab a room, as I said, down near the Mississippi River waterfront, downtown Memphis, and we'll take a little tour around there. It's a gorgeous day out still. Look at this. Just beautiful day. It's beautiful country too. It's really pretty out here. So, see you in Memphis.
And by New Start Family and Obstetrical Care, Dr. Carl Payon of New Start is board certified in family medicine.
These are all people
specializing in women's
all
health
things
as well as
considered
prenatal,
NPR.
pediatric, and
Listen to
adolescent
this
care.
shit.
New Start honors a broad range of insurance plans. For information, 369-4900.
They also had one earlier.
This traffic check is made possible by Primatine. There are delays due to an earlier accident on southbound
jobs and
I-245
etc.
Road. Accidents now on southbound I-240
or whatever.
on Austin P Highway at I-240 and on Walnut Grove at I-240.
Here you go, listen to this shit.
Continue use in the future. Action, the anti-truck. From Walmart, providing jobs and opportunities for millions of Americans of all ages and all walks of life. Our people make the difference. Information at walmartstores.com. And from Allianz Life, whose vision is for all Americans to gain financial independence, providing annuities, life and long-term care.
Next, fighting piracy on the high seas.
Charlie's including a freelance journalist. Government officials have warned civilians in Japan to avoid travel to Iraq. Ann Taylor, NPR News.
A fucking pyramid.
Support for NPR comes from Aveda.
Stirring some big controversy today. There are two sets of plans on the table to develop downtown Memphis. And today, a city council committee is set to consider one of them. Now here's a look at the area in question. It's outlined by Adams, Union, Front, and the Mississippi River. Now the Riverfront Development Corporation wants to overhaul the buildings on the bluff, build a new two-tiered promenade, widen the streets, and then do some additional work. Now, Friends of Our Riverfront is on the other side of the coin. They've been trying to drum up support that their development plan puts emphasis on public parks, but it's the RDC's plan that goes before the council today. And of course, we'll continue to follow the story and let you know exactly what committee members decide. Well, would you accept a handwritten receipt?
Is that fucking unreal or what? Where is... Right here, out my friggin' window. There's the Mississippi out down there. This is what's called Confederate Park. That little monument, I don't know who that is. I was more interested in going to eat than looking at that last night. We'll check it out on the way out this morning. It's the area from like there to there. Well, all right, now it's sunrise. This is where I stayed, and that's where my room was. Somewhere there, one of those yeah, it's called Sleep In. Very nice place, very nice people. can't believe I walked into it and walked in, got a room. How was that? No reservation, nothing. And this is how close it is to the Mississippi River. Now you see all this property here? Guess what? Right now it is a park. This is public parkland right now. Take a look. It's Confederate Park. We'll try not to get killed as we cross the street. As soon as they get closer. A whole bunch of little commemorative stuff here. I do believe this is a thing called Mud Island over here. And then there she is. Now see, you've got the tracks here too. So it's open. Got another park right up to the riverbank down there. And you've got a park up here. And then you've got the buildings that are 9 stories tall and even more well across from it. So you have some balanced mix of uses. Yeah. Maybe they'll aim those at developers. Okay, I'm in the car, and we've got our total so far mileage traveled is 1,218.0. At about 1,809 miles, we are at our first and original destination, which is Austin. I guess I'm going to be staying there today, overnight, and then driving down to San Antonio tomorrow with some other folks from Nader's campaign. And that's it for now. TTFN. Goodbye, Nashville. Pyramid again, and this time we're driving right to it, back onto I-40, crossing the Mississippi, and onward and outward. Welcome to Arkansas. There's the Mississippi. It ain't the Hudson.
Mostly sunny, a high around 73. For tonight, mostly clear, a low around 52. And Wednesday, mostly sunny, high around 78, low near 60.
It's going to be very, very straight relationship, ready to be broken at any time, really.
Peter Kenyon, NPR News.
On the subject is that what we need in this nation is a comprehensive, long-term
All right, I'm 109 miles out of Little Rock.
Ability to look at itself, to look at self-critically, and to examine what we can do.
Arkansas is like muddy and flat.
And to educate them for the time in which they live. No institution.
I'll show you more of it. This isn't exactly typical. I'm in a little area that's not as typical as what I've seen so far since, I don't know, like 10 minutes after I crossed the bridge into Arkansas.
Strong programs already in the humanities and the social sciences, and we expect that they will get stronger still. But our undergraduates are living in a world of really onrushing scientific and technological revolution, altering virtually everything that we know in daily life, communication,
and wet.
our understanding.
It's either mud or mud with some kind of reeds or whatever. You know, swamp grass is growing in it.
What we want to do is to give our students an education in
a track of the damnedest dogfight you have ever heard. Oh, and then at the end of it, when the director has everything that he needs for the shot, he'll say, cut, and both dogs sit down and wait for their little treat because they've done their job. They've played. Absolutely, yes. Oh.
Meanwhile, I'm listening to June Lockhart talk about how they staged the fight scenes in Lassie.
The Vegetable Rebellion
I'm not crazy
was
yet.
absolutely the ultimate episode. It was in our third year, and it was written by a man named Peter Packer, and he said to me when I last saw him within the past year, he said, I had simply run out of ideas. And this made the TV Guide list of 100 most memorable shows, not best, but most memorable. It was unbelievable. Every time somebody sat down, you took
President Cheney's work informing energy policy. Italy's Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi is in London today, meeting with Britain's Prime Minister Tony Blair. In this Our Morning edition, U.S. officials try advertising to promote unity and raise morale in Iraq. Today is the birthday of Coretta Scott King.
At a militia checkpoint in the nearby town of Kufa. Najaf is the holiest Shiite city. U.S. authorities want Sadr to withdraw and disband his
Apparently, Kerry has followed me across the country. Yesterday, he was in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, then Pennsylvania. Today, he's in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm guessing tomorrow he's going to end up in Louisville. And then
President Bush carries his
I guess Memphis the day after that.
Visit a hospital.
It's interesting. I wonder if he will follow the same route I'm following. It must be about 50 miles out of Little Rock, I guess. I don't know. It's still pretty rural. I mean, look at this.
Details of yesterday's decision were not made public. The top Brazilian trade officials said they were pleased with the long-awaited report by three
There's some buildings over there. I don't know what the hell that is.
U.S. trade officials, only because the U.S. government paid $12.47 billion in subsidies to farmers between August of 1999.
I don't know. Is that Wheatley or Mariana or what?
Ruling is the first time a country has been.
The edition is made possible in part by the commercial appeal. Bird watching and bear tracking are popular pastimes as the Redbirds
there you go.
and the Grizzlies take the playoff
reversal.
These plus Major League Baseball
Today, April 27th, 2004, is the 10th anniversary of Nelson Mandela.
Waited patiently to vote in the country.
Let's take two. Today, April 27th, 2004, is the 10th anniversary of President Nelson Mandela taking office. It marks the 10th anniversary of the official end of apartheid. Congratulations to the people of South Africa and to the people of the world who worked to end apartheid. And bye-bye, Afrikaner. Well, I'm getting Little Rock radio.
Oh, listen
Take
right
this
now,
shit.
We're running close. But 55% of our listeners say, oh, they ain't going too far. Man, production got to be done. God said, give a man 100 days work. But you still have the remaining 45%. Yeah, they have gone a little too far. Smoke break, use break, same thing. 433-0292, take this stuff. That is 8:28, 28 minutes after 8 o'clock. Goodbye, Scudder! High today of 78. It's 51 degrees in Little Rock. It's
like I missed a shot. It's like I dropped the ball. I'm sorry.
Don't have like HBO or anything. But it's weird for a kid to see somebody on Sesame Street and then see him in a compromising position on The Sopranos. Can I reiterate the fact that I don't have
43 miles to Little Rock.
One KOKY's Mark Dillon. Thank you for making us your choice for Legendary Soul, today's best R&B. And come join them.
Be alert for changing lane patterns and slowing and/or stop traffic. Please obey all posted speed limits for your safety and those working in the project area. Sensors indicate that traffic in the westbound lane is moving smoothly with no backup. You are listening to the broadcast of a highway advisory radio station, WPUN 752, 1610 AM, for the Interstate 40 construction in Lono County, Arkansas. 11 miles of Interstate 40 westbound is westbound backup. Be alert for changing lane patterns and slowing and/or stopping.
You know, I didn't shoot it. I passed it already. I'll shoot some more. But I finally have a frame of reference for the phrase amber waves of grain. I never saw before what looks like a sea of, you know, I guess of grain. And it's amber colored. It's quite amazing.
Here to find out all the information. I'm supposed to be going down there on Thursday.
Yeah, 11 miles from I-30.
We're joined by former Razorback Tony Bua. He was drafted by the Dolphins over the weekend. Now, we were looking at the Dolphins' depth chart, rather, Tony. They've got a lot of safeties on their roster. Is that where they project you to play, or
They want me to play outside line, but it's as big as him getting ready to come in there and block, so it really didn't bother me too much.
Tony, you were redshirt in *99 when Clint Stewart was wrapped up his career. You guys are going to be reunited down in Arkansas, down in Miami, rather. What are your thoughts?
So what y'all are saying is girls at Fayetteville don't hold a candlestick to girls at
in South Beach?
South Beach.
I wouldn't say that anywhere don't hand a candle to girls in South Beach. I'll take
Ever have free time?
North Little Rock.
There you go. I like that. Tony Bua, congratulations. We'll wish the best of luck to you. We'll keep track of your career. And
There was a reporter asking him, one of his teammates, a question. I should have brought this up to him, but he was staring at this reporter like,
and you said,
what's wrong with you? I'll kill you. You better get out of my locker room, dude. He's just not too happy. He's intense. I mean, you gotta love to have that guy. If you're in a street fight, he's the guy you want in front of you, taking care of business, because you probably wouldn't be needed then. If
I just heard an Acorn ad about fair housing on a Little Rock radio station. Pretty cool. Pass that on to Bertha. And Herbie. They're playing Herbie on this. Herbie Hancock. It's from Headhunters. It's called Chameleon. I know this tune. I play this shit to death. Here, I'm, I don't know, 20 miles, 30 miles south of Little Rock, or west, rather. $112 miles from Texarkana.
Just forget the stone.
I cover the waterfront. Doc Cheatham. lot more wooded. It's hilly too. This is about 85 miles out of Texarkana. Arkadelphia.
Your community radio station, KABF, will soon be 20 years old. And as a part of the celebration, Audio 101 and KABF Community News will be compiling a multimedia document of those 20 years.
I did. I was supposed to leave April 1st, but the story became so dramatic that I ended up staying on for a couple more weeks. But yeah, I was planning to leave around April.
So now you take 6 months off to write your book. Do you think you'll go back into a war zone afterwards?
Well, I'll go back to Baghdad. I plan to, at least for 6 months. We'll see how long this is back on. Processes that played out over years in a lot of other countries in the region play out in months in Iraq, and it's dramatic and it's breathtaking. And I think, a generation from now, we're going to look back.
Against him, we ask this question: when a celebrity is accused of rape, what happens to his accuser in the glare of the media spotlight after this news?
From NPR News in Washington.
General interests include Walmart stores, 5880.
Paul Harvey.
You can't make them hours of the day, but you can decide on how to spend it. If you have a project you're proud of or a vacation you've wanted, you might want to see your friends at Heartland Community Bank. They can help you with a personal loan for a new car or boat, a loan for your business, lots of things. You can't do anything about it except make.
So buy yourself dependable tires at Creech Tire Service in Camden, and you'll have money left over for the other things you want to buy. Creech Tire Service at 440 Adams in Camden has the right tires for your vehicle. Whether it's a car, a truck, 18-wheeler, no matter what you drive, we've got great prices and they're priced right every day.
I thought I was recording, but Paul Harvey was just talking about that place. Where was it in?
COPD.
Here, listen to this.
This chronic lung disease is a major cause
over in Iraq, that chemical building, so-called, that exploded. He claimed they found weapons of mass destruction there, and then he was ruining the fact that we have, all these weapons that we're not going to use, even though we're outnumbered all over the world. They didn't really say who we are, but...
Three or more of these questions, ask your doctor for $160,000. And that's not all. In San Francisco, you can pay $200,000 for a single parking space. In New York, $250,000. California is getting blistered by record heat. It's 100+ degrees hot in coastal American Academy of Ophthalmology. Now, the number to call is 1-800-222-EYES, E-Y-E-S. The 800 number is 222-EYES.
The boy from Hope.
Or when all the phone numbers and addresses I mentioned sometimes get confusing, all you have to do is log on to paulharvey.com. Veterinary
vision. Dr. Joe Hester performed a no-stitch cataract removal that was quick and virtually painless. In fact, Bob was ready to have his other eye done the next day. At Hester Eye Care, they make it easier to protect your eyesight by offering free patient transportation for surgeries and accepting your Medicare Medicaid assignments.
Need help with the crosswords, honey?
What's a 6-letter word for advanced eye care?
Why, that'd be Hester, dear.
Call Hester Eye Care for your free cataract screening at 234-3937 in Magnolia or 836-3636 in Camden. That's 234-3937 in Magnolia or 836-3636 in Camden.
Excellence is for 70 years and intends to stay that way. Residents of Lake Arrowhead.
Okay, I'm in Hope, Arkansas, and see this motel here off the side of the road. It's a Village Inn. And RV Park. I wonder if anybody ever used any of those rooms for any of their famous visits.
In the school gym at LaRoche College, atmosphere. Politicians also play rough in Lima, Peru. The mayor of Lima. No downside so far.
Paul Harvey just reported that the mayor of Lima, Peru, refused to resign, so the people went to his house, dragged him out, and killed him. So, I don't know if there's anybody out there that hasn't been making their constituents happy, but sure hope you're grateful that you don't live in Lima.
Freezing his knees to keep a seat and beaten to death.
prison in Mexico.
That was about the mayor of Lima. That's the thing I talked about.
As guards. They're paying him $40 to $150 a month.
It's a Red River.
Prep for a colonoscopy where you have to drink a couple of gallons of this stuff before you have the colonoscopy. People always say the colonoscopy was fine. It was drinking all that water. I just couldn't do it anymore. That's the issue.
And it doesn't have to be water. I mean, it could be a beer or a soda pop.
You could have 8 glasses of beer a day. Sure. Wouldn't be any problem at all.
Well, I don't mean that.
No, I don't think you could have 8 glasses of beer a day. That's right. You're giving a disclaimer in case we get people who think I'm actually saying we get glasses of beer a day. Public radio people, lighten up!
800-462-7413. That's 1-800-462-7413. Tom Clark with Family Doc Zorba Pastor here on Zorba Pastor on your health.
Almost in Texas. I'll be there in about a mile or two. I'll crank you back on.
Hey, how are you? Oh, he's tried several different ones. I don't know if they have iron.
Coming into Texas.
Iron is the one that bothers me. How about food? Does he take it with food?
Yes, he's tried it with food.
And so food doesn't work, iron doesn't work. We have to see if it has iron. It might be the iron. Yeah, it might be the iron. If he has iron, he should get one without iron.
Okay.
Because iron is the biggest thing for people. But how old is he?
He's 22.
Yeah. You know what? If you can't tolerate it, I wouldn't take it. I mean, I just wouldn't bother with a multivitamin. But the things that tend to do it are iron will do it. And then for some, if you just take a B vitamin complex that doesn't have any vitamin A in it, for instance, or vitamin E, vitamin K that's in it, and so on, and vitamin D. Sometimes the fat-soluble vitamins will do it. So first, get one without iron. Second of all, try that. And if that fails, I try a kitty chewable vitamin, like a Flintstone generic vitamin. They tend to be easier. And besides, they have cute little shapes. You can chew them, and, you know, when he takes it out in the morning with his teddy bear, he can just kind of chew his vitamin.
Liquid vitamins?
Have you ever tasted liquid vitamins? No. They're disgusting. You can take a liquid vitamin. I'd puke right away if I had a liquid vitamin. You know, only kids who can't say no take liquid vitamins. Infants, here, take your vitamins. My mother used to give me liquid vitamins as a kid. In fact, I can still remember the taste of the liquid vitamins. I must have been 3 before maybe 5 before I said I wouldn't take them anymore. Now, do you take a multivitamin?
Yes, I do.
With iron or without?
With, it doesn't upset my stomach, so I take quite a few vitamins.
Right, and you as a girl, as a woman, should be taking a multivitamin with iron because you lose iron every time you menstruate. So you should have a multivitamin.
But the iron doesn't.
The iron, if it doesn't upset you, is fine. But for him, I try vitamin without iron. See.
But is it necessary for him? I mean,
no.
Just wants his vitamin.
Guys actually don't need iron. Some guys need iron if they're vegans. Is he a vegan?
No.
No. If he's a vegan, if he doesn't.
Well, I'm 175 miles out of Dallas, which means I'm about 300 miles from Austin, which means I'll be getting to Austin about 7:30 local time. And it's right now at 1:30 local time. So it's within striking distance. Then the work begins. So far, I still have most of what's left of my sanity. You know, so much of that I left with anyway. And finally see an end to this drive. Now I know I'm going to be thinking the whole time I'm down here about the drive back, but I'm going to try to make it interesting, I think, perhaps going through Louisiana and across and up that way. Maybe I'll stop in New Orleans. Cows.
Listen.
long drive this has been, huh? Almost as long as this movie.
Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. I wish I
Texas. Wow. $98 miles to Dallas. 71 miles. I'm actually all right. I'm feeling pretty good. The radio sucks, but it's either this or cowboy music. Reservoir. Look at this fucking thing. It's on both sides of the road. I just crossed the Dallas County line, and I'm still sane. Well, there's a glitch in MapQuest. It said to exit at 56B, like Bob. That would be 635 south. It actually was 635 north. So I went with the exit because I was also told to take the second exit. The first one was A. So I guess I'm going to find out in about a mile. If I turn into I-20, then the MapQuest directions were right. They just mischaracterized the road. I am going north, it seems, but I also entered Dallas city limits, so I don't know. We'll see in a minute. Well, I'm not exactly sure how, but I ended up in the right place. Without any, I just followed the road and it hit 35 east south, which is what I'm on now. Here's a look around this part of Dallas, by the way.
It's John Denver with Andy Song here on KEOM 88.5 FM. Right now, it's a real quick.
It's sort of like LA, but uglier.
Traffic from Metro Networks in Dallas.
I'm headed towards Waco. Doesn't this music suck? There's Dallas. This is my second pass at that stuff, by the way. I think I went a giant circle about 20 miles. That's by the directions. This is Dallas. This is a part of Dallas. This is a big mofo. So that should have been me up there flying in. Fool. More Dallas.
and made each one come true.
More Dallas.
Something no one else had ever found a way to do. I've kept the memories one by one since you took me in. I know I'll never love this way again. I know I'll never love this way again. Oh no,
Shadows dancing all across the wall. Music's playing so soft and slow.
This is very rare in dogs, but it's a possibility, says Midland veterinarian Tom Green.
Hammer in late.
Great Blues between 6 and 8 and don't miss KON's Texas
KON,
Blues
I just heard Jim Hightower doing a spot. He's on in the morning, 7:59 a.m.
I've been telling you why
I'll be tuning him in tomorrow.
Be sure to get a copy while you still can.
Hopefully that's our station. I guess they're not running country music no more.
Every time
There are some
KON
mean blues
sells
now.
a blues CD, someone still calls wanting a
89.3.
copy. Sorry.